What's going on, guys and gals? My name is Neko Fluttershy. Welcome back to a video. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing it. So, as you can tell by the title of this video, we're talking about video game collections. Holy shit, it's gonna be good! So, what exactly is a video game collection? Well, pretty fucking obvious. It's a collection of video games that someone has in their collection of things and shit. Now, what does it take to be a video game collector? Well, it's pretty fucking simple. Lots and 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 lots of fucking money, bitch! Bow, but the bow, 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 bow. Yeah, it takes a lot of fucking money. Even if you're buying the cheapest games you can, like you go to GameStop and you see the 99-cent games. Like, that's where I go a lot if I ever buy video games. If I ever go to GameStop, I go directly to the 99-cent side of things, assuming they actually have one of those, because every GameStop is different. But like, even if you buy 99-cent games, that shit adds up fucking just quickly. You have no idea how much money I spent on my paychecks back when I used to have a job on just fucking games at GameStop. I'd go to GameStop, buy a lot of 99-cent games I didn't already have, and if there was a game I found interesting enough to buy there for cheaper, because sometimes, the 99-cent games are not the only 99-cent games. You have to look around in the store and be like, oh, a Nintendo Switch game for 99 cents. That wasn't in the shelf with all the other 99-cent games and cheaper. Or a little bit more expensive, like $1.99, $2.99, whatever. And then you go to the PS4 and Xbox One. Oh, more 99-cent games that I didn't even see here. How nice! But yeah, you buy a whole bunch of games and it's gonna fucking cost you, man. And this is just with, like, the newer games. The PS4, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and One, and that sort of thing. Those consoles, even the 99-cent games are expensive because you have so much over there. And you buy them, and you buy them, and you buy them, and bam, you got, like, 15,000 games already for 99 cents. Ah! No, I'm just kidding around. But, like, in all seriousness, though, you do need a lot of money to be a video game collector. Now, some people ask, where do I begin? Where do I start? However the fuck you want. Some people, they want to start back at the very beginning, with the Magnavox Odyssey and the Atari 2600. And then, some people think, oh, I want to start with the NES. Because that's the most revolutionary console, because it brought back video gaming after the Atari fell and blah, 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 blah. Okay. I want to collect for the game consoles I've already got. That's actually the smartest idea. Because what if you want to play those games, right? What if you want to play the games you bought? If you buy them for a console like the Atari or NES and you don't have an NES or an Atari, you're fucked. You can't play them. Unless you have an emulator on your phone or computer or something like that allows you to do so. Or maybe you modified a PS3 or something like that allows you to run emulators and shit on your PS3 or whatever, like mine. But, normally, if you don't have the console, you can't play the game. So my personal recommendation, obviously at the end of the day, just do whatever the fuck you want. Do whatever the fucking pissing shit fuck you want. Okay? That's the whole moral of this video. Do whatever you want. If you want to buy a game for 99 cents, buy a game for 99 cents. If you want to buy a game for $5,000, I don't know why you do that insane shit. But you can do it. Do whatever the fuck you want at the end of the day. But like, for me personally, in my opinion, just buy the games you have the console for. You know, for me, I have an Xbox 360, Nintendo Wii, PS3, PS4. I got like so many game consoles I can't even list them all right now. Behind me is a fucking Dreamcast. I got a Sega Dreamcast. I haven't really bothered putting it on my shelf yet. I've had that thing for a couple months now. And it's still in the box I got, that I bought the console from. I bought the console at a retro video game store. The guy put it in the box along with the controller and everything else that I need. No games though. It's been in that same box for several months. Oh my god. But yeah, like, you go and you mostly should just buy games you have consoles for so you can actually play them. But some people are like, oh, I don't want to play the games I buy. I just want to have a huge ass collection where people can come into my room and look at all the games I have and be impressed. Well, I say still go and buy for the consoles you've already got. Because, I mean, there may come a time, where, you want to play these games. There may come a time where it's like, maybe, maybe I'll check out Fire Emblem Warriors on the Nintendo Switch. Maybe I'll finally get to playing this game. I've had a Switch for several months now, and I just bought this game, and I want to play it now, and you play it. If you had, like, a Wii U game and you don't have a Wii U, or maybe an NES game but you don't have an NES, you're basically fucked. You can't play it. Again, unless you have an emulator, but I don't really think a lot of people care about emulation. The whole reason they're buying the physical game is so they don't... I don't know. I mean, again, whatever the fuck you want. Some people have a reason like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll buy this game only because I feel like I have to. You're crazy. But like, how should I buy my games? Again, it's all up to you. However the fuck you want to. For the older games, my recommendation, I would say if there's a retro video game store in your area, go there first. And if the prices don't match what you want, because I would say if you're just buying the games, just be buying the games and you're not playing them and you have no interest in playing them or whatever, get them as cheap as you fucking can, because you're already spending a shit ton of money on games. You don't need to spend any more money than you already have to. So like, let's say, oh, I found this game for $10. Go on eBay, and if you see a game for $5, get that one. Don't spend the extra $5. Unless you really want to support your retro video game store, which I would in some cases. Because I'm like, hey, this is a retro video game store. It sells all these old school games for, consoles that I never knew existed until a few years ago. Like, I didn't know anything about the fucking NES or Super NES until, I watched Angry Video Game Nerd. Yeah, we had an Atari 2600 and a Sega Genesis growing up, but, I didn't really know a whole lot about those consoles until I watched the Angry Video Game Nerd, when he was talking about some of those things. And then I saw a bunch more people talking about him. DJ Judson was talking about him. That fucking asshole got me. I think that fucking asshole, that goddamn motherfucking boob-licking, shit-sucking, cow-huffing DJ Judson got me started on the whole video game collection thing. I was already sort of collecting games for consoles I had, like the Wii, GameCube, maybe PS3, but it wasn't until I started talking to him back in 2015, and around the same time I was kind of watching Angry Video Game Nerd, so it was James's fault, it was James Rolfe's fault, and DJ's fault. Both of those, both of those assholes are the reason why I am interested in video games, and I'm basically surrounded by video games now. But yeah, back then I was like, I don't really care about the NES or SNES. I don't care about the PS1. The only retro games I'm playing are GameCube and PS2 because I grew up with those consoles. But then I started watching, the AVGN, and DJ was talking about shit, and I'm like, maybe I should look into these consoles more. So I looked into it, and I finally have a PS1. I got an NES, SNES, N64. I have a lot of old consoles, right? And, I go online, maybe retro video game stores in some cases, and I buy them, I buy games from there. But ultimately, what I would recommend doing is buying retro video games. I mean, it all really depends on the price. If you go to eBay and the price is cheaper, or maybe Amazon, sometimes Amazon still has retro video games. Sometimes. Amazon has fucking everything. So Amazon, eBay, one of those two places. And also maybe a retro video game store. And some retro video game stores physically, like you can actually walk into those stores. They have online shops. Some of them, not all of them, but some of them do. So try looking on their online shop and seeing if is it more expensive to go there physically and whatever. Now this kind of goes hand in hand with another topic, the condition of the games and the overall collector aspect of the games. What do you want? Do you want a game that's just the game only, no case, no manual, and the case is just... Let's see, I have an example here somewhere. I can't... The case is just one of these things that are, oh, I have fucking... I have NASCAR 08 on the PS2, but it's not in the case. It's a... Like, I don't care. Honestly, I really don't. Yeah, I would prefer to have games in, complete in box, with the game, the case, and the manual. But I also understand that sometimes that's not always an option. And, financially, it's not always an option, because obviously the complete in box is going to be worth more than, one that's missing the manual, or one that's missing both the manual and the case, and it's just the game only. No inserts, no nothing, no DLC codes for all you hip PS3, Xbox 360, PS4, Xbox One, PS5 gamers out there. But yeah, that's just the way it is. Sometimes you don't, always get complete in box. But, and as for me, as long as the game works, I'm fine with that. Maybe later down the line, I will just buy, like, the box, maybe the manual or something, I don't know. But for me, sure, it does look more appealing to buy a game that has, complete in box and the manual. For example, like fucking Tenchu over here. It's got the game, it's got the manual, it's got the box. And I went to a retro video game store over in Pennsylvania when we were doing a job for WIS, before I found out exactly how dumb they are and don't know what the fuck they're doing. I digress. This game was $8.99. The other one, Fatal Shadows, is basically $14. This one doesn't have the manual, but I don't care. And at least it has some form of protection within these things. Now, Tenchu, it looks like, and it does feel, I mean, it is, obviously, it's in its original... The manual itself is the box art, and I love that. I like how video games used to look back then. Get Tenchu 2. Stop being stupid. But yeah, it's got the game, it's got the manual, the box art, it's got everything. So it's got sometimes old school games like this is how they came. They didn't come in a box like this. No, they came in jewel cases back in the day. For all you old school nerds out there. But yeah, I prefer having games in, complete in box. But sometimes you will come across games where it doesn't matter what condition they are, or, how they're seen. I got NASCAR Thunder 2003 on the PS2 for just this thing. God of War, same ordeal. Devil May Cry, same thing. And then you go to places like fucking Goodwill. That's another place you should check out, Goodwill. Now, every Goodwill is different, just like every GameStop is different, every yard sale, garage sale, everything is different. Also, every retro video game store is different. Some retro video game stores may not have the game you're looking for. Some places like Goodwill might not have what you're looking for, because Goodwill, they run on donations and shit like that. So if someone donates their entire, list of like PS2 games or video game collection as a whole, the prices vary. A game like this, I would pay 99 cents for, and it's 99 cents here. Because, it's hockey, it's a sports game, it's an EA sports game, on the PS2. Which honestly, I think I'd rather play these than just the newer sports titles, because fuck sports games now. Fuck sports games in general. But like, at least these had personality. It didn't have the whole... Even NASCAR Thunder had personality. I don't know what the fuck they're doing with NASCAR now. I don't even know if they are making NASCAR games anymore. I really don't. Because I don't follow NASCAR anymore. And I'll go back from time to time and play this game. I'll play the PS1 version, for fuck's sake. I'll play the GameCube version. I'll play anything. I'm up for anything. That's the thing. I'm up for anything at any time. Just give me the game. I'll play it. If the console works, if not, provide me with your own console. But yeah, if you're going to collect video games, you need to be aware of what you're collecting for. Because even some people, they don't know what they're collecting for. They just want games. Me, I'm collecting them because I want them. But also because I intend to play every single game that I own at some point. And I've been slowly working on that lately. I've been playing a bunch more 360 games, as you could see on my channel. I'm playing a bunch more, 360 games I've had for a while. I'm about to do the same thing with, Nintendo Switch and PS4. If you look at my PS4 collection, I got a fuck ton of PS4 games. I have so many PS4 games, I don't even know what to do with them all. And they're always making more. Wait. That's not the same guy. The guy on the box art and the case, or the manual, is not the same guy that's on the actual game disc. Why not have the same guy on the disc? You got him everywhere else, but it's some other guy. Weird! Anyways, but yeah, I would say if you're going to collect video games, know what you're collecting for. What purpose? Are you collecting because you just want the games? Are you collecting because, you intend to play every single game? Are you like me and you want every single game known to man? And to play every single game known to man? Well, if you are, that's it. But ultimately, I would say, just play the games for consoles you've already got. And for me, in my personal opinion, whether you're collecting because you want to play every single game, or because you're just collecting, you don't want to play the games anyway, because there are a lot of good games to be had and to see and find in your collection. Some games that I thought I would not enjoy, turned out I fucking loved. So I played a game once. So I played some games where I'm like, the fuck is this game? The hell is this shit? And then I fucking play it, and I'm like, that's not a bad game at all. Better than I thought it was gonna be. And that's totally, in my opinion, some of the games I played are way better than the reviews say they are. Then again, I have no fucking standards. Some people are like, fucking, let's see, Bakugan Battle Brawlers. It's not a good game. I mean, it's a fucking awesome game, and I'm using it as an example. This game sucks. I play it. It's fucking awesome. What the hell are you talking about, people? Sure, it may not be as good as you want it to be. But also, that's another thing. Don't let what other people say, regardless if you're playing the game or just collecting it. Stop you from collecting it. That water bottle pissed me off by being empty. But yeah. I would say, just if you're going to collect video games, just do it as cheaply as you can. I know some people, they want to buy the most expensive copy of a game they can find. In other words, I think you're crazy. Because, you do realize the same game you're wanting, it can be found online or physically a lot cheaper than what you want to buy it for. I mean, again, why waste your money on a $100 copy of a game when you can get the same game for I don't know, $20, $50, whatever. And for me, as long as the game works, I don't care. But that's another thing. I do love when games are complete in box, or at least with the case, because it's got a lot of protection and whatnot with it. But sometimes that's not always an option, as I said before. So sometimes you have no choice but to buy games game only, and later down the line you might want to buy just a bulk of PS2 cases only. No games, no nothing, because in case you do have the game, or you find a game that doesn't have a case, or you buy another game that's game disc only, bam, you got the case for it. There you go, no problem. But this could be a little bit more pricey regardless of what you do. So again, as I said before at the beginning or around the beginning of the video, what you need to have as a gamer: money. As a collector, anything you collect, video games, My Little Pony merch, food, I don't know. Maybe you collect Twinkies. I don't fucking know what the hell you're collecting, but maybe you're collecting giant-ass Eevee plushes for your Eevee Empire. Or you're like me, and, well, yeah, I have a Eevee Empire. But, either that, or, you could buy a bunch of cat ears and have, a whole massive cat ear collection. Regardless of whatever you're collecting, it's going to be pricey. It's going to be expensive, because everything, even if you're buying something for $1 each, or whatever, maybe you collect dollar store items, and that's all you collect. Just things you can find at the dollar store. Toys and games, coloring books, whatever, food, whatever. That's just gonna fucking add up. It's gonna fucking add up. And now, it's not even $1 anymore. It's $1.25. So you're spending 25 cents more on items. That would be a perfect opportunity for video games. A Dollar Tree, Family Dollar, whatever is doing the whole dollar thing. Sell video games. There's a lot of games. I mean, you got a bunch of movies and music, right? In CD form. I'd say start going into video games. Whether it be newer games or older games. You know, old school games on the PS2, PS1, PS3, that sort of thing. GameCube. You know, basically whatever games you can get for any console whatsoever. And just put it out. You know I will buy it. And if not me, other people will buy it. Because, hey, cheap video games. They're buying it for the novelty, but also to expand their collection. And that's another thing. Sometimes you go to Walmart and you'll find a PS2 game that's been there for decades. Ever since it first came out. Most people wouldn't buy it. I did. I went to Walmart and I bought Ski and Shoot on the PS2 at Walmart. I think the cashier that day was like, what the fuck? What? Someone's actually buying a PS2 game here? Yeah, I am. I know I'm paying more than I probably should, but I'm only buying it because of the novelty that I found it at Walmart. A PS2 game at Walmart. That's it. That's the only reason why I bought it. I'm an idiot. But yeah, like, you know, everyone has their own reasons for collecting video games. Everyone has their own, you know, their own ideas behind it. Some people, you know, they want to buy every game ever, but, you know, like DJ, you know, he doesn't have the space for it. So, he's gonna buy games he really wants and he needs to have in his collection before he starts buying before he starts doing what I'm doing and just buying every single game that comes across his path. Like me, I have plenty of room. As you can probably see... Oh, is that PC? Yeah, PC. I have my games stacked. Anthem, all the way down. I have it stacked like that. I got PS4 games stacked that way. Games stacked this way. Instead of, like, having them on a shelf. I even have, like, GameCube games on my shelf stacked this way. Not this way. This way. Like, for example, I have games stacked like this. This is how I have my game stack. You go in my room, you look at my games. First off, what the fuck are you doing in my room? Secondly, you're gonna find games that are like this. That's it. These are how my games are fucking stacked. And I know some people don't like that, but that's fine with me. Thing about it is, these games on the PS4, I'm just like, you know what? What if I want to actually, you know, put this game in my console? What if I want to play it? I don't want to have to fucking get up, get out of my pet bed, dog bed, cat bed, whatever the fuck bed this is. I don't want to have to get off this bed, walk all the way to my fucking shelf, find the game I want, or the games that I want, what if I want to play multiple games in one day, walk all the way back, put the game in the console, sit the fuck back down, and play the game. Why do all of that when you could just, I don't know, you know, reach out, grab the game, put it in the console, and play? That saves you a lot of walking, it saves you a lot of hassle. The Neko way. Mew 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 mew. But yeah, like, I have so many games that I'm like, you know what? I don't care anymore. Fucking look at all these Switch games I have. I got Cat Quest, Champions of Destroya, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Smash Brothers Ultimate, 3D All-Star Mario, RCS, Pokemon. I got them all, baby! I don't have them all, baby! I wish I did. I'm definitely missing a bunch of good games, like Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, I think it's called. Is it Brilliant Diamond Shining, whatever the fuck? Yeah, I'm missing those games, but I'm also missing the new Pokemon Snap game. I'm missing Metroid Dread. I'm missing, well, the games that are currently in development for the Switch. And I've heard Metroid Prime 4 is in development. I've heard something about Metroid Prime 4 recently. So that game I don't have yet. Like, there's so many games I don't have that I want, I need, I have to have in my collection. But I don't have a job. I don't really want to spend all my tax returns on just video games. Maybe a gaming PC or PC in general so I can play more games. Just like, I don't know, run them off an emulator or something. But like, I'd rather just play the games physically, you know, and not emulate. But, yeah. So, what else do you do if you want to build your collection? Well, a lot of people are saying buy these games in bulk. Go online, find a... Wow, this one's still sealed. Super Mario 3D All-Stars is still sealed. I'm gonna unseal it. Because I plan on playing it at some point. But yeah, like... You know, just go online, look for a bulk thing where you can buy, like, 10 games or something for a lower price and shit like that. Like, video game collecting has gotten even more expensive than it ever should, in my opinion. But I think these prices are here to stay for a while. So I think it would be a good idea to just be like, you know what? I'm buying these games in bulk. I don't care how much I'm paying for it. I was thinking about doing that with PC games, because I want to expand my PC game collection. But, you know, I don't really play PC that much. I'll play it occasionally. The only reason is because my PC isn't that powerful. And, you know, the whole reason why I haven't been playing a lot of games is because I want to record it. I want to record my experience, my first time playing certain games. And I can't do that if I don't give a shit. But yeah, you know, ultimately for video game collecting, just do whatever the fuck you want. That's the whole moral of the story in this video. Do whatever the fuck you want. Whenever the fuck you want. If you want to buy this game, buy this game. Buy that game, buy that game. Buy this console, buy that console. You know, just buy whatever you want. Do whatever you want, really. I mean, you don't really need a whole video talking about what to do. I mean, it's your collection. You should be able to spend your money however you want. And sometimes, just ask around. Maybe a close friend of yours or family member has games that they don't want to play anymore. They don't want those games anymore, so they may hand them down to you. You don't even have to spend money. This one time, a little bit ago, maybe ask around on Facebook. Maybe some of your friends are willing to ship you games from their collection to add to your collection. You know, just pay them, you know, online or whatever. You know, PayPal or whatnot. Or, also, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah, there were a couple of times where I got a bunch of hand-me-down games. Some for the Game Boy, some for the, you know, Xbox 360. Games that people didn't really want anymore. And I'm over here just like, yeah, I'll take any game you have. And that's true. I will take any single game you have. You don't want that game anymore? Feel free to donate it to me. I don't care. I will take any game and add it to my collection, even if I've already got the game in question. As long as I don't have to pay for it, because if it's a donation, it should be free. But yeah, you know, yeah. I mean, just do whatever you want at the end of the day. If you want to buy the most expensive games because they're expensive and they're rare, do that. If you want to buy the cheapest games, like that's what I've been doing. I've been going online, going all these places, trying to find the cheapest games possible. Yard sales, garage sales, if they have any. And that's why I look forward every single year to the community yard sale that goes on at the park. Because a lot of times they have games. Even if it's just one or two games, I will buy them and add them to my collection. And that's the thing about it. You know, I will buy and play any single game. That's the thing. Because I have no standards. But yeah, like, if you stop and think about it, video game collecting is not only a hobby, but an experience. You know? And, you know, for some of these cases, you really shouldn't have some people tell you, oh, here's what you have to do, here's what you should do, here's what you need to do. It's your collection. Do whatever you want. If you want to play a certain game or buy a certain game, buy that certain game. If you want to collect for a certain console, collect for a certain console. If you want to just go back to the beginning and get the Magnavox Odyssey and Atari games and do that. There is no right or wrong way to collect video games or to store video games in your collection. Put them on a shelf. Put them in a stack like this. Not on a shelf, you know, just have them closely available to you so you can actually play them if you want to play them. I mean, there is no right or wrong way to do that. Again, it's your collection. You should be able to do what you want with your own games. And it's not just with video games, but in general. You know, if you're collecting Pokemon plushies or My Little Pony merchandise, or you just collect, I don't know, fucking anime. You collect anime. That's the same thing. It's up to you how you want to spend your money. It's up to you how you want to display the items that you have. It's up to you what you want to do with these things. Do you want to just collect them, or do you want to, you know, play with them? Do you want to take the games that you have and play them? Do you want to experience why these games are good or why these games are bad? Why are they in your collection to begin with? You know, it's up to you ultimately, and I do believe that this is a good way to just be like, hey, I have this game, I got that game. And you know, for me, I don't really care how my games are displayed. Just walk in my room and see, like, fucking stacks of games this high, a little bit higher than that, so high that, you know, you can't even see my hand anymore. Well, you can see a part of it. Now you can't. But yeah, like, you know, if you want to stack games like that, do it. If you want to stack games on a shelf, that's fine. I don't care. You know, it's whatever you want to do. That's the whole moral of this video. Do whatever the fuck you want to do. Mew. But anyways, guys and gals, that's it for this video. Yeah, and you know, I'm always working on, you know, uploading videos of games. I'm still doing the whole, the Quest for Catgirls series on Fortnite, so there's that. That's also why I haven't been uploading any actual content. Yeah. Some people would say that Fortnite isn't real content. I mean, it is! I'm looking for Catgirls, damn it! But yeah, like, you know, in terms of, like, games I have physically, and I've been stored in my room for a long time, I've had games for almost a year now, maybe even a year, that I haven't even played yet. I haven't touched them ever since I put them in my fucking room. PS2, Xbox 360, PS3, you name it. I have games I haven't played in a fucking year. I've never touched them. I never put them in a console or anything like that. I want to. But it's just so much work. But anyways, as always, I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out, people, and Bro Hoof. I'm a cat. I know what I'm doing.